Fine. So in yesterday's session, what we did, we created implementation project. So first we selected offerings, right? Yesterday's session, just this is what we did. Already we written here, right? So we enabled offerings and options. We have seen that, and offering related documents also. Just we gone through to have a idea. And we created implementation project by selecting offering called as financials. Within the financial offering, we selected all available options, and at the time of project, automatically system will assign project to the current user whom you treat as a project manager. Reality in real-time implementation, who will create project? Anyone can create. Being a finance consultant, you can create, or a CM consultant, anyone can create it. There is no rule like project manager has to create. It's not really dealing with the project and all. It's all about selecting the modules or set of applications for configuration purpose. That is the reason this project you should not take as real project definition, which where will execute with the different phases. It's all about configuration related project. That is the reason any consultant can create. It's not required as a project manager or some higher authority people has to create. No. And once we created project and system created task list. Just we gone through the task list also, how you can search, how you could see the navigation path. All these points we gone through. Now we'll see how to assign the offering or option or a task list task to specific team member. We'll go through that. Already we have seen project level how to change the person, okay, which system is defaulting, that we have seen. Now we'll see how to assign the specific offering or specific module related setups to specific team member. We'll go through that. So to navigate to our project, what we have to do, just click on username, or next to that we have a drop down option. You could see one task called as setup and maintenance in the panel. This task you can see because of application implementation consultant role which we assign to that user. So just click on this. It will navigate us to FSM, functional setup manager, which facilitates application related configuration environment. So this is a place we are landing. Now we have to go to our implementation project. To navigate to our implementation project, click on task list. This you can call as task list or task panel, in short task pan. So click on manage implementation projects. Here you could see all the projects which are available, which are created within this instance, or call it as pod, POD pod. In Fusion case cloud, we don't call it as instance. Normally use the term called as pod. In this pod, how many projects are created, you could see. Already we discussed the point. Since this is a Vision instance which you are using for training, you could see many projects. When you are working for any client, hardly you can see one or two, depends on for how many countries we are doing the implementation. For one country, one project definition is enough. Okay, for each country you may create. If you are implementing for 10 countries, you may create country specific projects to simplify your system configuration. That's all. If you want to see your project directly, you can click on search from here. You can find your project from this list, or else click on overview, so that what are the projects are associated with the current user, only those project system will display. Let's click on overview tab. It will display which project is associated with our user. So cloud INC implementation project is we assign to this user. So the same you could see. Now you can just click on this project name. It will just open the project definition. You could see what are the offerings we have inside of our project. Already we have seen how to add new offering, how to delete the offerings also. So that process we gone through, and we search for task and how to navigate to relevant function or say page, that also we discuss. Now we'll see how to assign this entire offering or specific options to so and so team member or lead. Okay, that points here. So already yesterday we updated the status to in progress. Seems to somebody set back to not started. So just click on edit if you want to change the status. So in progress only, right? It's in progress. Say, so I think it's not updated. Done. You could see the status as project status is in progress. Here also it should display the same. Somehow it is not showing the icon. It is not switching, but the status is showing as a in progress. It should show clock icon. In this environment, it's not happening. Ignore it. No issues. Now just expand financials. Within the financials, so for each application you can see list of setups. For This is for payables implementation, these setups and all. Say you want to assign the payables implementation to specific consultant, specific resource. In that case, select this define invoice and payment configuration task list, which refers payable application. After selecting this, here you can click, it will get selected here. It will get selected, or anywhere, just in any point you can click, it will get selected. Now here you can click on assign tasks. Click on assign task. This payables implementation you can assign to specific resource. You can click on assign. Which resource you want to assign? You want to assign payables implementation to Fusion India user. Say apply. If you want to assign to one more resource, you can assign. We assign, and we want to assign payables implementation to 2 consultants. I want to assign to another user called as Google. So we assigned payables implementation to 2 resource, and here you can set the due dates to complete that configuration the system. Place cursor, the field will open. You can say the setups need to be completed by Friday. Sometimes see here, when you open this, when you click on that, it may not respond. In that case, click on that. If it is not responding, system is not selecting that date, use enter from the keyboard, it will get selected. So this is how you can assign to multiple users. Project you can assign to only one resource, but the specific module related setups or specific task you can assign to multiple users. If you want to remove those assignments. If you want to add additionally, you can add it. Just say save and close. Now here, if you just expand this, okay, payables here, you could see as within this all the tasks are assigned to these 2 resource. Expand. Still within this we have still a task list. Wherever you see expand icon, that is talks about, that is a task list. If you see folder option, that is task list only. Okay, you may just go with this define payables. Here you can see there are multiple tasks. Okay, these are the tasks where you don't see this expand option. Invoice options, payment options, these all we treat as a tasks. Create procurement agent, which are part of payables, will create. Here you could see these tasks who has to complete. Here you can see assign to Fusion India, and one more is, you can place the cursor, it's assigned to Fusion India, and one more is Google user.
Lakshman, will it be a notification to the concerned user to do the setup? Well, any notification will be sent if once you put the due date here?
No. Here it's not like just notification, it is just for information only. Just will keep it. Because see, simple, these are not a very big tasks where users should be notified. It's not like we'll keep doing as ongoing, right? As when somebody is part of project, just will assign as one time, later we may change, we'll communicate with them. That's how reality works. That is the reason such kind of functionality we don't have for this. Okay, so this is how just you can set. System is showing just all these payables related, any task, all the tasks are assigned to these 2 resources. Expand and see.
Okay.
I have a question. Can you download this into your Microsoft projects?
No. See, what is the use of Microsoft MSP? In MSP, you can do the scheduling, right? You can do the scheduling. For example, if you want to schedule the project, you can do it, but it cannot sync with the Microsoft project. Reality, it won't work. What functionality, what purpose we use Microsoft projects or Primavera or projects which we have in EBS and which they taken into Fusion. So don't compare these with that. It's just set up. So if you talk about project, in project you may have some task within the project. So payable setups need to be completed. Okay, within these many days you may assign 2 team member. That's it. That is a simple. But here it's all about detailed information. These you cannot export into any uh, third party or Oracle other applications which supports projects. It is just to manage the configuration related information, nothing else.
And you
can't
cannot
even import it, right?
Sorry?
You cannot add any task which you think, whatever system thinks the task, that only you can add. You cannot add a task on your own.
Here you have a add icon. From here you can add specific task or a task list or offering or option, anything you can add into this project.
Okay, and you can change the predecessor and all that information also.
What is that? What you said?
You can change the predecessors, like you can assign some task to as a predecessor to other. And
You mean like
preceding task.
preceding task? Yeah, preceding task here system will show here. Okay, you are talking about this okay. Predecessor task means we don't need to do that. That will be done by system. See here, you can see the simple example. So if you want to complete, define common options for payables and procurement. If you want to complete, there is some dependency task. You can just click on that, it will display. Okay, define payables. The payables configuration need to be completed. Some dependency setup it shows. Okay. So
Lakshman, adding to this actually, so as you said, you cannot able to export. What about the import process? Because this is a WBS structure, almost similar to the Microsoft.
Don't think it's a work breakdown structure. It's not a work breakdown structure. When you do that, it's a very, very granular detail level. Think nobody creates this kind of work breakdown structure. See, to create the payment terms, you don't need 1 minute time also. To create procurement agent, you don't need 1 minute time also. So these you should not treat as a work breakdown structure. This is not the work which you are breaking down. This is a task breakdown structure, I can call it. If you compare with that, it's all about the setup related breakdown structure, the list of setup for module or offering or option. Okay, it's don't compare with the projects. You don't see the relevance in the project. When you do, you may just have a task called as setups need to be completed within these days, or else you may have a detail level payable setups with these many days receivables. But this is a detailed configuration list. This is how we cannot have a just a project. If you are planning to create this kind of project, is too much. You have to spend a lot of time and all. This cannot be taken into any environment to manage the setups and to update the status. This you can handle and deal within the Fusion environment only. If you want to export, if you want to view the report and all, you can view the report. See here, you have a financials. So against the financials, you can just click on view report. Within the financials, so what are the different task list you have within the task list? What are the tasks you have? That information you can get it. This report you cannot even you can take into Excel, and you cannot export into any other environment. Take MSP. There should be some interface to invite this information as it is in the formatted manner. It has to be done by Microsoft. So they didn't do it. Not required reality. So that's how you cannot do it. Okay, this is how you have all the tasks just it. Okay, so this always just be managed within this Fusion environment only. Just it's all about just complete the setups. So normally no project, other project related applications, we never create this kind of task list as a part of project definition or work breakdown structured up. Okay, so that's it.
Lakshman, quick question here.
Please.
And what is the meaning of zero here? Like producer task zero. What does that mean?
No dependency for displayed one. If you go inside, you could see here, simple example. Here you could see define common financial configuration. Here system shows assigned to nothing. But once you go inside, that task is assigned to someone or not, it will display. We have seen for payables. That means here no dependency task. So that is comes into picture when you go inside of this. So here define general payables options. If you want to just define it, some dependency it will show. So define payables. If you want to complete this setup, payable setups need to be completed. That means we have a common options for payables and procurement as a part of payables. You could see define payables task list here. It is talking about that. So define. So within the define, we have a common options for payables and procurement. You should complete this. Okay. Once you after completing this only, you'll be able to do that task. Means this task has dependency on that. After completing that only, you can go with this relevant tasks. Under this, what we have setting invoice options, payment options. These you can set after setting the common options for payables and procurement. To understand more detail level in EBS, we have a financial options and the payable options. So before we go and set the payable options, we set financial options. So when you here, if you see task called as financial, here we don't have financial options. Task as is, they split it into invoice options and payment options. If you have a task called as financial options here, it shows okay the predecessor's task as a financial options, the dependency task. That's how it works. That's how the information they are giving. So once we work on the project, if you know in EBS, the same rules will be applicable to complete any setup. Setup is mandatory and all. That will come to know.
So
Look at
Lakshman, if I'm rightly understand, you mean to say that it is a task showing the one. So there is a dependent setup need to be done before that. That's what you're trying to say, right?
exactly. There is one dependency setup if you want to complete so and so task.
Right. So if I click on one,
Hmm.
that number one, so it leads to that particular setup. I need to finish,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
I need to search for the setup.
No. See, if you click on this, it will show you the setup is the setup's task list name. It is showing defined payables, right? So here you can see the defined payables where we have. Scroll little up. Here we have defined payables. That means these defined payables, these setups you have to complete if you want to proceed with those tasks. These setups are dependency setup system is same. And the defined payables, what are the tasks we have? You complete those first, then you can proceed with this relevant task list related tasks. That is the meaning of it.
Okay, perfect.
If you want to set payable options here, you want to set up invoice options. If you want to set invoice options are under this task list. If you want to work on this task list related setups, you want to set manage invoice options, manage payment options, manage tax reporting and withholding tax options. If you want to do any one of these setups, these three are under defined general payables options. If you want to complete general payables options, system says you have to first complete one task list related setups. What is that? Same, define payables. That means before you start with these setups, these define payables configuration, sorry, not this, define general payables configuration related setups, you have to go and complete those are the very primary setups like financial option, so which we see in EBS, similar. These complete this, then you can do that. So that's how system shows the dependency. Okay.
And one more question, quick question here. The tasks which are displayed under the defined payables, is it sequence mode or
Sequence.
like, for example, defined
No,
sequence mode, or I need to search for,
no.
I should be expertise?
Sequence mode, but it based on the task list only. Based on the task list. Okay, you have this task list called as define common options for payables and procurement. Within that, the sequence you can follow. Manage procurement agent, manage payment terms, manage. And reality, what we do is generally when you start with the payables, very first setup what we do in EBS, financial options. The financial options are equal to manage common options, payables options for payables and procurement. Generally, this is setup you complete, or else yes, you can complete the payment terms which will be choosing here. So this sequence you can follow, but total for entire module you can don't see sequence. That sequence you see as a task list. So here I'm just collapsing these. So this is a sequence you could see here. This is a sequence. Okay, sequence only you could see, but reality we should aware of that also. So most of the cases you see everything in the sequence. Sometimes just there will be cases where you should know that which one you have to do first. Those scenarios also we have. Yeah, please.
Rashman, did you? I missed this. Did you unfreeze it and did the tasks? And right now I could see that highlighted.
Yeah. See here, what does it mean by freeze and unfreeze? This is not a just a freezing something. It's all about freezing the screen and opening the other screen. If you want to make a copy of that screen, you can unfreeze it and you can detach it. say this, we are in this window, right? We are in this page window. Now what I want to do is I'm just selecting financials. I'll say freeze. I freeze it. Now say detach. One more copy it will create. That is the meaning of freeze and detach. Okay, whatever I detached, I'll remove it. See here, we are working on that. We want to compare the same information by navigating. I want to keep as is. I want to show some other navigation. In that case, what I'll do is I'll say detach. One more copy system will create. Now we have a 2 here. Okay, the 2 options we have here. Okay, these 2 options we have. I'll just keep comparison purpose like this. I can move. It's not happening here. I can just use it for just comparison. I will keep down. Just comparison, just one more copy. If you want to make of that the same screen, you can use that freeze. And it's not like accounting key flex field, chart of account structure, we freeze and compile. It's not similar to that. Okay, just to make a copy of the same screen, you can freeze that. You can freeze it. Whatever appears that you can freeze, you can detach it. You can extract, separate it. One more copy you can generate. That is the meaning of freeze and detach. Okay.
Lakshman, is it just a screenshot or
It's not a screenshot. It's a real image. You can work on it.
oh, so you will have to name it as a different project then?
No, not a project. Just instead of opening that again in the other window, you can temporarily you can take that. That's it. So here from here you can work on it. This and both are same. You are taking to different window. Same.
Just like in Excel, we lock the cell, right? Is it similar to that?
So we log the cell in this. Yeah, if you are locking to copy it, yes, that is equal to that. Okay. See, simple. I want same page in the page one more. In that case, I'll copy that URL. I'll go to some other tab. I'll be pasting here. I'll get the same window here. Instead of doing all this, what you could do is you can just freeze it and you can detach. One more copy, you can get it, and you can work from any copy. Just the same access will from 2 windows. That's it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Done.
So if you have double monitor or 3 monitors, you can work simultaneously from.
Yeah, now you can work from other the same instance, same browser, from the different tabs you can work. After question, my request is always please mute. Please don't mind. Okay. So this is how just you can work. Same like you can open one more tab. You can be in the another page. You can open 10 tabs in the same instance, 10 different pages you will be able to access. Since
That's
it's
a good option.
yeah. So this is how just we can assign the entire offering to specific module related tasks to specific resource, or else if you have a requirement of assigning one task to one resource, yes, that also you can do. You just take example of any one of the tasks here which is available. Say general payables options from here. I want to assign one task to specific resource. For example, this task I want to assign to one resource. Already payable, all tasks are assigned to 2 resource, right? So you can select it. You can click on assign tasks. It will give you the option to assign the specific task also to other resource. Okay, so here this still, if you want to keep this resource also to the same task, you can keep it, or else you can remove these 2 resource, and this specific task you want to assign to one resource, the other resource. In that case, you can do it. You delete these 2. There's some application error. Meantime, we'll test it, because you can assign to some other. I think here there is some user. You can assign. there is some application issue. Cancel and reopen, and it will work. You may refresh it. Or else say payment terms. Any task you can. So manage payables, payment terms. Now this you want to assign to other resource. Click on assign tasks. Click on assign. Select any one of the existing user testing. Application error occurs instant for some issue we have with this function now. Okay, basically this will allow us. Okay, even should allow us to delete also. See the instant log and all that. But basically from here you can assign it. Just now we have seen for entire option. The same we will be able to assign specific task or selected task also. 1, 2, 3 tasks you can select and you will be able to assign. But these assignments are not mandatory, optional. Okay, if you want to track the status, you can assign it. So in the same way you can assign under specific, say, payables status, you may want to change it. Select payables and you have a option called as edit status, or else directly you can click on that status icon also. You can click on that, it will open the pop-up. There you can change the status to in progress, and you may write some notes, say save and close. That means you are setting, so the payables configuration process is started in progress. So this is all, just you can keep tracking these statuses, you can keep assigning and tracking. Reality, when we do implementation, we don't do it, because we know, like, if you are working for finance, you'll be working for finance, you'll start doing. But this is how the functionality Oracle given. Normal implementation we don't do it. If you want to do it after completing the setup, just you may mark it as, yeah, financial status is completed. You may set entire financial status is completed.
So there's no auto refresh kind of thing option, Lakshman. In order to see the complete status, you have to keep
No,
hitting the button to get it complete, or what?
normally it will update. It will update once the moment you do see it's now updated. For financials, I marked as completed. So within the financials, for all the module related configurations, marking as completed. Once you submit, it will hit and it will take that update. So this is how you could see.
So Lakshman, it does not check from the system if it's complete or not. If you say it's complete, it's complete.
Yes. You see, it's yes, that's true. That is true. And after setting, just that is the reason I'm telling the no controls here. No control, just for information. If you set, just you created project, within the project you have finance, SCM, and projects and HCM. You, for all, you just mark as a completed, but nobody is going to believe it. Just you might be just setting as a information. Okay, so that's how it happens. Just you can set it. Now we didn't do anything, but we marked as a completed. But still, I can go and start working on the project. Anytime I can change the status. Just information purpose only. That's what. Now again, I can.
Lakshman, do we have any underlining tables for these for this screen, just to see in the back end what's going on for troubleshooting?
Yeah, of course. For everything, we'll be having all the tables information you can find in that OER, Oracle Enterprise Repository. Within that, you can find all the table related information. Okay, Oracle OER. Within that, for all the modules, all the entire application related schema based tables, they'll be given. Fine. So this is how we just marked the project is completed, and within the project tasks are not complete, in progress. You can set any status. Even if you set the status, say for example, finance payables are completed, implemented, you can set the status. Still, system will allow you to work on the payables. You can set. So you are marking payables completed, but no control. It will allow you to go and still working on the payables. Okay, without control, just for information. You can use it.
Lakshman, quick question here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Question is that this project preparation is done by one consultant. So how do you know that other consultants, all these are lying in his name?
They should have access to FSM. They can see the project which is there in that instance. They can open and they can see. It's not like just we map it automatically will be tagged with their login credentials. No. So how I'm accessing this project environment? Just I'm logging to the instance. If I click on setup and maintenance, so I'll be landing on that page, right? I'll just go to manage implementation projects. There I can see the project. Say you are also working for the same project. So for, okay, you may log into the instance with the same user, or else you may have your own user. If you have your own user, to have access to this page, you should provision, okay, to instance as application implementation consultant role. That's what we discussed. So after that they can open and see. That is the reason reality when you do the implementation, we normally we don't do these assignments. We don't do these assignments. Everybody will be knowing. In EBS, okay, what to do? Just directly we'll start working on the application. Everybody knows what is their responsibility, what modules they have to implement. That's how we'll be working. Here, since the option they given, we are discussing about it. Okay. But project we create.
So
Generally we create.
yeah, if you
So, so
rightly, sorry.
sorry. What I was saying is, so the overall, it is listing out all the BR 100 tasks. That's all it is doing.
Yeah, totally. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Lakshman, I have
Come on again. Yeah.
if I'm rightly understand, so all these implementation tasks, the project preparation is done by one guy, and you mean to say if I want to see that project implementing definition, so I should be the job role should be implementation role, right?
Yeah. Implement application implementation consultant role. You can have
Application implementation.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I cannot see.
You cannot see. You cannot see. Just you cannot see.
Right. Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. Now see here, you can see some statistics. Okay. So here, this is a project. Against that project, the progress you could see is in progress, and here you see 24% of the project tasks are completed. The completed task number in the pop-up you can see 272. So we mark it as a completed. Out of entire project, 24% project is completed. So here you could see assignment status. Okay, this is the due date is this week. Completed tasks are those many, and you can just go to assign status by task list and resource whom we assign this project. That information also you can see very high level. So these are the different task list we have within this project. It is addressing in the yellow color. That means it's completed. Rest of all which are in green color, the meaning is in progress. All because project level we set as a in progress. Because that is the reason it's if something is in this blue color, not at started. That's how you can from here you can address who are the resource are working for this project. You can click on this resource statistics status. You could see here. So Fusion India, okay, and here Google and Fusion just so depending on like you can see based on the colors it's a completed and completed. These two resource, okay, tasks are completed and completed. That's related to payables. For payables only we assign Google and Fusion India. For entire project we assign Fusion India the resource. This is how just you could see all this information very high level. So based on if you update the status you can see, otherwise it will be as is, but still you can start doing the setup. System cannot understand really you completed setups or not until unless you update the status. Once you update that only it will be taking, otherwise it allows you to keep going on. Even if you set the status it won't stop you from doing something. It's all about our interest. Okay, we want to track the status based on the project progress. If you want to see which is related to just setups, when you say project entire execution, there will be many things, but all cannot comes under this project. It's only system related setup project, configuration project. So this is what we have to understand. Any questions, please?
Even though you are not done the setups, and if you put the status is completed,
Yes,
application is accepted, right?
yes, yes, yes. It will accept. That's how we have this. That's what, just information, no control. Any questions from anyone on this point, please?
Lakshman, I have a question.
Please.
If a task is assigned to other than the project manager, then will that user be able to see these
Yeah, anyone.
tasks assigned to him?
Anyone can.
No, only the task assigned to him.
No. Okay, no.
Only the project manager can see all of the.
Anyone can see who has
tasks.
access to FSM.
Okay.
Okay, that granular level of real control we don't have. It's just information purpose. That is the reason we are just talking about the reality you don't see here. It's all about list out the setups and start working on it through project. And you may update the status so that how much percentage is completed, who are the resources are working. Okay. So just if you want to, go through that process, you can do it, or else simply create project. You don't need to assign. You may have a email or oral communication with the team, and then your team will start working. Then you will be having status meetings, etc., etc. That's how you'll come to know. We may not use this as a real interface for these kind of project related communications. Okay. Yep. That's how it works. Any questions from anyone, please? Fine. So we're done with this. Now, once you get into the project or once you start working on anything, so if you want to just explore on something, just if you want to know some task, what is the purpose, how it works, the relevant information, if you want to explore more on this, in case of EBS, if you go to specific page, there you on top you can see help icon, question mark icon. If you click on that, what system will do is that specific window help it will open. But here they given very good help repository, help portal they given. So through that, what you can do is you can open any task and system will just enable the help, and you can see that. If you want to enable the help, if you want to see the help, if you want to go through the help, what you have to do is first you have to enable the help. You have to enable the help, show help. If you don't enable it, whatever the task you try to perform there, you don't see the help related information. See here we have that same column. I'm dragging this side. So I'm just expanding this. I want to create the payment terms.
Will you please repeat that, Lakshman? We lost you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The couple of sentences we lost.
I'm not sure. Same with everyone?
Yeah, Lakshman, we lose the audio after like every 10 minutes. I lose the audio.
No. Okay. What about others?
I can hear you clearly.
I can hear you clearly.
Okay.
No issues.
It's working fine for me.
Yeah, that means the issue with the one or two spends, that means you have to check from your end. Okay, if your internet speed is less or other bandwidth, whatever you call, so that you have to make sure it is supporting as required. So I fixed it on the first day or second day I have issue. Later total I just switched to other network and I fixed it. Okay, we'll see anyway. We'll just. So what I'm trying to say is, so in EBS, if you go to any window, like there you could see on the top help icon, question mark icon. If you click on that, you will get that window help. The same way in the Fusion also we have a help. If you click on that help, the help will be enabled. In EBS case, by default, help is enabled. You can go to any window or any page, you can click on help. It talks about that page what is the purpose and other information. But here, until unless you enable it, you cannot see the help. For example, I'm going to manage payment terms. I want to create the payment terms. I'll just click on that. Here I want to understand what is the meaning of procurement agents, what is the meaning of payables calendars, what is the meaning of payment terms. Say for example, I'm new to this application, I don't know all these things, I want to explore on this. In that case, what we have to do is, first we have to click on help. If you click on help, here the help will be enabled for all the applicable tasks. We'll see that. Just if you want to get any help for anything you do in the application as a task, click on help. The help option will be enabled. We enable, then just close it so that it will get refreshed. From now it will be applicable. Let me just refresh this URL. We enabled help. You could see in the yellow color. Once you enable, this is turned into yellow color. So now you get into the project, you try to just perform anything. So for all the tasks, it will show the help. See here, define expense configuration. What does it mean by define expense configuration? It talks about it. Define fixed assets configuration. What is the meaning of define fixed assets configuration? Or else you just go to any application, you just expand any task list within the task. So we have a different task which you perform as a part of payables configuration. So manage fixed assets flex field value sets. What is the meaning of fixed assets flex field value sets? If you want to know, click on the help icon. It will give that very summarized information. If you want to drill down more and more, you can do it. So manage fixed assets flex field value sets. You can create and update the definition of values used in each of the segment in the flex field. By using that, just you can create the values for the true value sets. That's what they are talking about. If you want to see the more help, you can click on more help. It will take you to the help portal. It may take some time because first time we are connecting to that. Yes. So this is a help portal. So from here you can search for anything. What are the information you require? You can search for anything. These are the different filters, and the product based search also applicable. You can click on these products and you want to search the information related to only financials. Only financial, enable it. Or else within the financials you want to search some topic related information only related to, say, payables. Enable payables, then say apply. Only payable related search only it will display. Okay, so that's how just you can filter and you can search. First I'll search for something here and we'll go through it. So I want to know about chart of accounts. Here you can find the keywords. Chart of accounts. You want to know about chart of accounts segments, chart of accounts dimensions, chart of accounts.
When I clicked on help button against a specific task, I should get about that particular information, right?
Yeah, it will take you to that. So manage help content. No. It will connect it. Yes, as you raise that point. So more help means it will take you to that. Sometimes if for that relevant help is we don't have much information related to that, it will take you to the help portal by default. That totally depends on which task you are trying to connect.
So Lakshman,
or else you search with this. Search with the term. You can get.
Lakshman.
Yeah.
This is Veer. Okay,
Yeah.
this is a user specific or in the pod specific? Somebody enable the help means it is applicable to all the users?
See, no. That user specific, that to session specific. Once you log out, again if you log in, you don't see this. Okay, session specific. Okay, this is how you can search. Seems to for this specific task we don't have relevant help. Just they're given as a simple, just one-lined information. That's it. So normally you find if you by default you can see some information. If you click on more help, the relevant help only it will open if it is applicable. If it's not applicable, it can show this default page. Okay, that's how it works. And anyway, from here you can search for any information. You can search for any information. You want to search for chart of accounts, you can select it, click on search. And here again we have a help types, whether you are searching for just FAQs related to the topics or any videos or documents and all. You could see the chart of accounts. Wherever chart of account term is included, it is displaying, but we want to more focus on GL related, help related information only. In that case, you can go to, you may select only finance related chart of account connectivity information you want to see, or else you can expand within this. You can select which is required, which is not required. This is how you can select, and you can filter. You can click on apply here. In that case, what you have to do is you uncheck all, only financials related help you require. Just 1 second. So if something is related to HCM and some other modules which talks about the chart of account related mapping or etc., say we don't require that. So disable, we don't require for which modules and all. I think somehow it is. Just uncheck, just which you don't require, you can uncheck it. Okay, this is just you can uncheck. Somehow it is not working with this. You can disable it. Okay, I just disable this again. You can we'll just refresh and we'll do once again, no issues. So you can uncheck and you can filter and you can say apply. Only that selected module related chart of account related help only it will display. Once again, it has to filter all this information. So these many items are found. And if you want to look at that help type, just click on help type. So out of these listed items, there are 156 examples, 131 FAQs, 900 help topics, PDF guides 0, videos are 5. So you want to see only videos, or you want to see only FAQs, that you can select which you require. You can just select. What happened to this? It's not responding properly. Yep. So you want to see only FAQs, just click on apply. Now it will filter only FAQs. So here you could see all chart of account related FAQs, where you can explore on that if you have such kind of question, if you want to understand. How can I change the segments in existing chart of account structure? Okay, when do account rules override segment rules in the chart of accounts? When you do the mapping in case of consolidation or secondary ledger. Okay, these all are FAQs. You can filter and you can go through. You can search for any concept topic and you can filter the help information. You can go through it. And I'll just search for payables. Payables invoices, or I'll say invoice. I'll search for invoice term. So help type, what we have, you could see here. So 4 videos are there related to payable invoice related, some just the term connected help topics on videos. Here you could see how to create the completing the invoices from the scanned images, create invoice in spreadsheet. Okay, some simple videos they are providing. You can go through it. In the same way, you can find the documents also. But these we have for specific topics.
tutorial, I'll show you how to create a single invoice with multiple lines using a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet upload is generally used for bulk importing of invoices. I'll begin by navigating to the Invoices work area. You can use the Invoices work area to review scanned invoices that are pending.
Okay, you can browse all those things. Okay, you can try from your end. So here I'm canceling, otherwise I can go to the previous tab called as search results. Okay, this is how just you can search for something and you can filter and you can just get to know. And even the PDF guides also they provide depending on concept which you are searching. And again, just role based search also possible here. So depending on who require that information, the finance manager need information, means finance manager related information will get displayed, or specialist or all. So depending on, if I talk about say primary ledger, it's related to GL, right? So here the help related filtration we have, you can select all, say apply, then it will list out. 624 items found. So here role based primary ledger means GL. So GL related roles it will display. So financial accountant related topics we have 228. Financial executive related topics, help topics we have 4. Financial manager specialist. So HCM related also we have few, or else just employee related few help topics we have within this. So that's how, if you want to see all, or else you can filter and you can see only specific information, say financial executive related, the role specific work, what normally as a real practices, what they do, the relevant help you can see here. Help topics, only 4 finance executive, that you can select and click on apply. It will show only what are the information, help information related to finance executive, which connected with the primary ledgers they can see. General accounting dashboard, okay, where they'll be working, the finance executive will be working in the application for which connected features, that information will display here. So this is how just you can go through and you can get to know. Here just below you could see the section financials, you can select, it will get connected to only finance related help. The above filtration also we have. Okay, so here it is showing that the latest searches here. So from here you can switch from one offering to another offering. You want to search related to procurement, click on procurement. Here you can search more, it will target procurement related searches. So say procurement agent, nothing but buyer. You want to read about the procurement agent, how it works, the functionality or purpose, why we have the procurement agent. You can click on search. Talks about the procurement, create procurement agent, critical choice. Okay, procurement agent security, it's explained. And implementing security for procurement overview, all the wherever the procurement agent term includes the relevant. If you go to help types, you could see here one video is there related to that, and FAQs 42, help topics, PDF guides, no examples which are connected with the term called as procurement agent, you could see. So that's how, just create procurement agent to critical just you can go through that information. Okay, the following predefined procurement roles are controlled by procurement agent: access, configuration, buyer, catalog, admins. When you're implementing the core procurement, these all we require. So supplier manager, these are the different roles. Okay, you can just read and you can understand. So once we get into the application, the relevant topics you may go through and you can explore and you can understand very detailed level if you are looking for that sort of information. The same way, anything projects are nothing but PPM, project portfolio management. You can go to any area and you can just here it's a simplified where you can see the videos. Financials I selected, here it's showing, and videos. Just click on the videos. These are all our finance related videos. 12 videos we have for overall financials as they given. Same way you can go to procurement. So videos, you can click on this. 4 videos only we have. These are not reality. This just, it's a very simple. Just they given. They might be working on it in future. They may release many videos which talks about some functionality or process. These are not related to setups. It's just related to process only. Okay, that's how you can select any offering. Within that offering, you can find out all this, the offering related some roles. Few roles they are showing, the videos which they mentioned here, exploring the work areas, creating the invoice in spreadsheet, preparing a cash positioning, completing the invoice from scanned images, creating the territory zone hierarchies, and learning resources. Some resources, some source of information they given. Okay, you can, okay, the financials, release readiness. It may connect to that. Other, just I'm stopping that. Just you try from your end. It will connect. You have to log in, then you will get access to that. Metalink login is required for few. And Oracle Financial Cloud documentation, you can click on that. It will take you to the page where you can find the documents, other sources which you can find in the internet. Those you will get connected from here only. They connected, they mapped to with this. The documentation part, the support for business users, and all, you can just click on that. You will get connected and you can get to know that information. Okay, this is how just we have a help repository. Within the applications itself, you can filter, and this is how it's compared to EBS. It's very advanced. You can grab information very easily. You can filter. You can go with selected information as a FAQ, some questions and answers. Okay, it just to understand about the product specific functionality or overall, but don't think those are kind of interview related questions. Those may not be very much close to that, but it's all about, so exploring more on specific area of the functionality. So that's how we have. Okay, so this is what just we have to understand. In the same way here, just I mentioned, basically it shows the relevant help only. Let me search for chart of accounts. Say chart of account structures. Chart of accounts structures. Okay, you just click on any one of the tasks. Help is enabled, so it is getting enabled here. So structures, click on help. It shows relevant only, but for the task it was not showing. We are in Mozilla only, right? Why it is not responding? Click on help against manage chart of account structures. If you want to understand what is the meaning of chart of account structures, you click on help. Yes, this is how it shows the relevant. So manage chart. Earlier, whatever you selected, there was no help, which is just fed by Oracle. So for this, you could see manage chart of accounts. Just very high level they are giving. The relevant helps links they are giving. Chart of accounts structures and instances. What is the meaning of instances? We'll understand once we start working on it. And the critical choice and creating the chart of account structure instance examples. Okay, how can I change the segments in an existing chart of account structures? Payroll setup task for financials. We do the mapping, right, to interface the cost, payroll cost and all. That relevant. Okay, you can click on that. It will take you to the relevant help, which is related to the chart of account structure. More help means you can click. It will take you to the help portal. And depending on like whatever you are working, and if the information is country specific, that could be payroll or taxation and all, the country specific, country wise also you can filter the information which you are searching. If it is a country specific, you can filter that information is belongs to so and so country. Okay, only show so and so specific country specific content related to that search keyword. That's how you can filter with the country also. Here the results generic are 4000, United States, country specific 126. Okay, so related to specific to India, you can just select and you can filter. That depends which you are searching. If it is a, there is some relevance, accordingly it will filter the information. So basically the payroll related information and the localization, taxation related information, that relevant topics if you are searching, you can see. Okay, so that's how it will show. Language specific also, language wise also, just you can filter. And by default they given just it's American English only here. So here you could see other languages as filtered based on that patch application and all you'll be getting. Here by default we have just English. And the role based also, role wise also you can search. Depending on search keyword, the roles will get displayed. Okay, by default you don't see the fixed roles here. Depending on what you are searching, the roles will get displayed here. Then you can filter and you can see. Okay, these are different options: products, help type, roles, language, country, wherever, what are the applicability, accordingly you can search. If you want to switch to a specific offering, you can just go with this. So you want to go with the projects, PPM, project portfolio management. Here you can search for only that. Just fetching. Okay, let it get that information. Okay, it is, I think it is automatically clicked on. Okay, earlier whatever we selected is opening that roles now. These are the roles. So here that is a home page for projects, project related any documents we have. You could see four videos we have. You can search for any project related, the task list or work breakdown structure or financial breakdown structure. All you can search and you can go through. So that's how we have a help information. And apart from that, if you go to some page and all, if you want to tag that as a favorites, you can do it. For example, I'm going to manage chart of account structures. Click on go to task. It will take us to that page. This is a page where you can create the chart of account structures. So say like when you do setups, most of the time there is a need of navigating to this, and you don't want to, every time you don't want to search chart of account structures and clicking on that display task, clicking on go to task and landing in this page. Maybe 4 or 5 clicks are required. You don't want to do it every time. In case of EBS, what we do, we have a top 10 list. We'll be selecting to top 10 list. You can click on, or else you can use that number sequence 1 to 0. 1 to 0 means last 0 means 10. 1 to 10 you can 10 top 10 you can top 10 functions you can select into that without going the navigation. Directly you can select and you can land in that specific window or page. Here what we can do is any function you can tag as a favorite. So here we have a favorite and recent items. So if you want to go to this anything, just you can click on favorites. It will be tagged as a favorite. I'll just name it as a COA. You can create folder and you can take into that folder. Folder options also available. Then next time once you log into this instance, you may be in the home page, just you logged in and you are say landing in the page, or else click on home page. This is the actual home page where you will normally land once you log into this instance. Okay, we just logged in and we are on that space. Directly I want to go to chart of accounts. You can just go to favorites and you can get connected. You don't need to go to project, you don't need to search for something, you don't need to select something. It's not updated, that is the reason it is taking to this page. After some time it will navigate to that page. It's not synchronized. The tagging, whatever we did, it's not synchronized. It will take. Okay, we flagged as a favorites. It will take us to that page basically. So now it's not connecting. Takes some time. That's how you can select the favorites and you can navigate to those pages directly.
When you add Lakshman this stage here, and when you try to add COA, it is specific to project or it's general?
No, anything. You may tag invoice creation page. You may tag supplier creation page. See, but that should, I mean, when you can tag, when that user has access, then only we can go to that page, we can tag. It can be anything. It can be project related or else transaction, process related. Anything. For what the user has access, instead of navigating, you can select into favorites so that system will facilitate direct navigation. That's all. Project related or project, it could be project related or not project related. It can be transaction creation page also. It can be some report submission page also. So we have this page right from where we submitted LDAP. Please mute from your end. Please. Thank you. Okay, just go to navigator. We submitted LDAP job, right, for role synchronization. So this is the navigation we taken. Under tools, click on schedule processes. It will take us to the page from where you can submit any request or report. From here only report also you can submit. But we submitted LDAP job for role synchronization after creating user and assigning the roles. So instead of taking the navigation all the time to come to this page, you can select into favorites. This page, what we call, already we discussed. ESS job page, Enterprise Scheduler Job Service. ESS job page, Enterprise Scheduler Service, which is equal to SRS window in EBS. So save and close. Now just go to home. Just you may refresh. Once you tag immediately, it may not connect sometimes. May need take some time. Now just go to favorites. Click on ESS job page. It should land on that page. Yes, this is how it appears. So let's see by the time this also is ready or not. Still it is not connected. Because it's got selected compensation management, that's just it's not routing. Basically this is how just you can do the tagging and it will take you to that page. So that's how just we can use this favorites here. There is no limit. You can have a number of and you can create the folders. You can create one folder. See, once you try to tag it, say add favorites, the home page I'm trying to add to favorites. Here I can create the folder. So you are working on finance payables. So in payables, for you are working for AP and AR. For AP, few pages you can tag into this folder. Select it. So this page you may take into AP. Same way, like this is when you go to other page, sales, and some say leads. But this user cannot do anything because nothing is mapped with this user related to the sales related definitions. Even we cannot create any transactions anyway by navigating that page also, just for understanding. I'm just taking it through. So this is how just you can add to something to favorite, so that direct user interface you can get to connect to the page without going through different navigations. So this is what just we have to understand. So it's just opening the leads page related to sales. So no just it's no proper configuration is available for that. Okay. call to them, just click on becoming available. So it's a chat function and all they given and all this. Well, we'll talk about social media also. Just we have a inbuilt social media where the payables team who are working for payables, they can communicate, or they can communicate within any user who is part of the Fusion instance. Within the instance, we have a social networking, which is developed by Oracle. So we can share and however you use Facebook, in the same way you can use that social networking for your work within the instance. It's very secured, which will be part of the instance only. We'll talk on that also. At the time we can understand. So you are opening the periods, you are closing the AP periods, you want to communicate with the entire payables department team. Just you can pass. However you do the posting in your Facebook, you can do the posting. We are just planning to close the period by today, end of the day, etc., etc. You can hear some comments from them, or you can collaborate and you can work on particular task. Or else you have some invoice you want to communicate with the people, just who created, and some other relevant information you want to communicate. You can talk on that. You can have a conversations related to any transactions or anything related to department or anything related to your work. So that's how we have a social networking. We'll work on it. I'll take you through that. So just these are the points to understand. So we're done with the project creation. Just we gone through the some help portal, how it is. So from tomorrow session, we'll start with the configuration. Okay. So before we get into the actual discussion in the fresh instance, we have to keep ready with the geography information for which country you are going to do the implementation. The geography related information you have to keep ready, which can be useful in the address definitions and the taxation purpose. First we'll talk about it, then directly we'll jump into the common configuration, which we called as a ledger definition. Any questions from anyone, please? If no questions, we'll connect tomorrow same time and we'll start working on the relevant configurations. Any questions, please?
So just like OF page, we have about this page, right? We do anything like this in Fusion, sir?
The same we are discussing. Okay, this page, if you want to see, if you are landing on specific page, about this page means here you can see that. So about this about the application help, you can just click on that. From here also you can connect. It will connect to help. This also mapped with that help only. So as we discussed, this is help. If you enable, when we are working on any task, it can be any task, it will display the help over there, as we've seen through project. Because tasks will perform from there only. From there only you can see. If it is enabled, even if you go to specific window also, there also, if help is applicable for that, the same will be displayed over there. You can click on that, you can go through that information. Okay.
Okay.
That's what is given. From here you can search. We'll go to all this information also. Okay. You can search for any information. Yeah, please.
Lakshman, after this session, can I call your mobile? I want to discuss 2 minutes.
Oh, sure, Tej. You can call on the team number and I'll be available. Maybe after 5 minutes after ending this meeting. Please.
Okay. Should I ask the question, Lakshman?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Question is there any restrictions in assigning a project or a task to the user?
No.
Any restrictions?
If that user is exist in the application, the user could be, as we discussed earlier, implementation user or employee user, irrespective of user classification. If user is available, you can assign. No criteria, no dependency, no prerequisites for that user to be mapped with any project or project related any task. Any user you can assign. But
Thanks.
that user can work on the task or not, it depends on the roles which are assigned to that user. So I created user, ABC user, just I created. The user will be available in the instance. I created project from my user. Say this user I created. I'll assign this project payables to that user. The payable user should have access to that setup, right? How the user can have access to that setup related or a project? If application implementation consultant role is assigned, then only. Or else we have many other roles also. At least the relevant role need to be assigned. So we can assign anything project related, any configuration part to any user, but that user should have a privilege to have access. Then only that user can do. Just we assign, they cannot. It's completely role based access. If the user has access, then only this assignment will get meaningful. Otherwise, you don't assign, you are not assigning any role to that user, but you assign some entire project or payables to that user. Until unless the user doesn't have access to this project related setup environment, no use.
Okay, got it. Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you.
So we can directly assign the role based something like that rather than user based.
No, I didn't get you. Can you give me a simple example? What
So
trying to say?
suppose if the role is like collection
Collection.
is the role,
Yeah.
and if the almost like 10 users are associated with that
No,
role.
no. I got I got your question. It's not like you cannot set. So who has this role, they can have access, because reality, this is related to just setup part, right? It's even if you set like this, other side you have to assign, right? If you assign, then only that will match. What Oracle it is, Oracle predefined. So and so roles only can have access to so and so functionality. That's how they designed. Role consists of privileges. That is the reason this kind of mapping they didn't provide.
That, yeah.
Yeah. Fine.
Actually, I have like some other questions, and I'm just wondering, like the version 13 is completely like cloud based, or is it
Cloud based.
Will it come
Cloud
on
based.
premise also?
Yeah, on premise also we have, but now you could hear in the market everything cloud. Even Oracle also focusing on cloud. And not only 13, the previous versions also we have. Very few clients are using. Okay, but always Oracle is recommending to go with the cloud for the clients who are approaching them through consulting.
So that means like version 12 also
can
be on.
Yes, available, but it's very few clients. Very few clients are just going with that. First point is Oracle is not that much interested to offer as a what I can say, like on-premise.
Okay.
Yeah, fine. So any other questions from anyone, please?
And whatever the user guide you're providing, it's on the version 13 or?
So user guide point of view, there won't be any difference. You don't need to map with the version. It sync with the just any. It could be 12 or 13, so more or less same. Only even 11, 12, 13, you could see the same most of the things. Only that security, whatever we discussed, the roles, data roles, they removed. Rest of part remains same. Okay, it will sync what the classes we are running. Okay, if you have an issue, let me know.
And one more last question is like,
Please.
what kind of like clients are going to use this application?
Most of the clients are small and mid-size. I'm not going with the verticals of businesses. Most of the clients are small and mid-size. I have seen in my experience, there are 3 clients which I come across who has operations more than 100 countries, and they are implementing now. So I could see for 2 clients from last 2 years, they are working on this implementation. They gone for PaaS model. Most of the clients small and mid.
So is the
even the banking sector, even the banking sectors are using.
Yes.
We're working on the banking sectors now.
Yeah.
All the banks here they're using it. It's SaaS and PaaS. They're connecting the SaaS and PaaS here.
You are right. Yes, as many banks already started using the banking sector, and that because you can see the level of trust what they have, how this product will help them, even it's a cloud. Those are the points, the reality Oracle also taking into account to sell this product. Even banks also using. That's it.
So the cost of this product is based on the number of users, Lakshman?
Number of users based on the offerings and options. So you are going with the finance. All modules are specific modules and users. The combination of modules and users. Definitely based on that tenure also, no doubt. But user based subscription, we say but that totally depends on which are the modules you are going to subscribe.
So are you going to cover like advanced versions of financials, or
What do you mean by advanced versions?
meaning like something like pricing?
We given everything in the course curriculum. So
Okay,
we
I
will
will
be covering
just
that, and we are covering P2P and O2C cycles also. As a part of O2C, we have to touch pricing, item related pricing, and all that will be covering. Complete P2P O2P configuration we do, and we'll run through the process in our own environment, which we create in our classes. We don't use any existing setups. We treat this environment as a fresh, and on that base, we do everything from the scratch.
And also, Lakshman, you are going to show the spreadsheets of all the configurations you are doing it, and because every instance, whenever you clone it, you are going to lose it, right? What you said is like you can able to import those spreadsheets so that you won't be losing the setup.
Yeah, I'll
Every
show you
instance.
the process how to do the rapid implementation, and you can get ready from your end how you plan. I'll show you how to do that. I'll show you, and will execute it. I'll just show you from where you can find the file download and preparing the data and converting into files and loading into system, and the result of loading, how it will result, and I'll take you through that complete process, which comes under
So you
rapid.
won't cover, you don't cover PaaS model here, right? Only the SaaS you're concentrating mostly here. You
Covering
don't
PaaS
cover
in the sense covering technical ADF pages.
not area of development. At least like you're telling about the data migrations usually, because currently I'll be working on those
I
kind of
think
areas
you
with
didn't
data
attend.
migration.
One second. You didn't attend previous sessions. Data migrations and all you can do as a functional job. We'll be covering in our classes. Master data, transactional data, all will be working on it. We'll execute. So to do the data conversions, you don't need PaaS. SaaS is enough. It's a functional task now.
No, data migration in the sense like MFT servers between the server, like MFT from one server to
That
another
is a
server,
technical job,
moving
right?
the
That
data.
is a purely technical
Yeah,
job
yeah,
which need to be
correct.
handled by
So
technical.
that's why we are using PaaS. Like so, we are actually doing the fresh implementation, but the client is on 11.5.10.
Mhm.
So from 11.5.10 they want to move directly to Oracle Cloud. So they want to move the data from 11.5.10 to the concerned servers. From that server they want to move it to the cloud
Yeah,
to the PaaS.
yeah, it's a re-implementation only. You are doing re-implementation by treating that 11.5.10 as a legacy system. You are extracting and you are loading, right? Rest of everything need to be done from Fusion side.
Okay.
Yes, you might be technical. You may be part of technical team, or you might be coordinating that task. I'm not sure, but it is re.
Yeah, technically when I'm handling it.
Yeah, it's a re-implementation only. When client is moving to Fusion, the source system data, if they want to bring into Fusion, it could be anything. Just you'll be going with that SOAR. You can use web services or inbuilt connectors. You can use, and our cloud integrated services you can use. To any one of the channel you can bring into this system. So that is quite common. For that, you no need to go with the PaaS also. SaaS also will support. So SaaS also you can bring from any other system to Fusion. SaaS is enough. Your client is choosing PaaS in the sense they might be having some customizations which they are expecting to
Yeah,
do in the
they
future.
are going to the Golden Gate gateway also. So in that particular process, PaaS is needed. Golden Gate, they're using Golden Gate.
So for no, not required. PaaS is not required. PaaS is only required if you want to do some functional related customizations. Just to bring the data inbound, outbound, PaaS is not. You no need to go to PaaS. SaaS is enough. I think the functional team might had a discussion with the client, and decision might be taken as they have some customizations in the current environment. The same they want to implement in the Fusion also. That is only the primary reason why they go with the PaaS. Okay, you may keep in touch with
And
the functional team. You will come to know that. Yep. Please go ahead.
is any like a FDR, financial data repository, is it a terminology for cloud, or is it like because client is having FDR reporting tool. So is it a customized tool I could consider? Because I'm just new to the company, because I'm just understanding the concepts over there. So when they say FDR reporting, I'll be working on FDR reporting. So is it a part of the cloud concept terminology, or is it a
Cloud? We don't have the tool. That might be the third party tool which they are using on top of the current existing application for reporting. Okay. So any other questions from anyone, please? Fine. So
Lakshman,
yep.
can you send me the Google Drive link to Sai Pradeepa?
You not at
From me.
Okay.
No, I haven't received it.
Fine. Pradeepa. Okay. I'll do it.
Okay, thank you.
So this video I'll be uploading within 1 hour, and the spreadsheet also I have placed yesterday itself in the Google Drive. Hope you are able to access. Sorry.
So the spreadsheet name, you are not changing it, right? Because it is getting overwritten. Presuming that you're using
No.
the same.
See, listen. Just I delete and I place this latest one. Always you can find updated one. Some people, what they are doing is, I'm giving full access to Google Drive. They are just making copies. I don't know the reason. They're copying, and 2-3 copies we are able to find in that drive. So just don't copy. If you want to browse, you browse it. If you want to download it. Don't treat that folder is exclusively for you, just to play with that. That is a folder we are giving access to many people. So just if you want to download. Otherwise, just access. Don't.
Yeah, download in the sense like the day before yesterday, I saw the spreadsheet, and yesterday when I tried to download it, it is the same file name got overwritten. So I presumed that you're using the same file, and adding the contents to the spreadsheet.
Yes,
What you're doing now?
right. You are right. That's what I'm doing. I'm not changing the file because inside content will be keep adding. That's all. Okay.
Thank you, Lakshman. Have a good day.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Lakshman.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We'll connect tomorrow same time and we'll continue from here. Thank you all. Have a good day and good night.
Thank you. Thank you, Lakshman.
Yeah. Thanks, Ramesh.